Welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. If you're a focused learner who loves breaking down complex ideas into clear, actionable insights, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are exploring a really fascinating transformation. A few years ago, the word office meant a physical building, rows of desks, maybe a water cooler. But today, the modern office is what I like to call an invisible upgrade. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a highly connected, software-reliant digital ecosystem that exists entirely around us, keeping teams completely unified regardless of their zip code. To really understand where we are right now, we have to ask ourselves this one massive question. How did the workplace actually survive the unprecedented global impact of the COVID pandemic? Well, the answer is the rapid, absolutely vital adoption of technology. It literally became the lifeline for global business. Almost overnight, technology enabled communication at the workplace in ways we had never relied on before at such a massive scale, shifting us completely from physical locations to virtual spaces. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by defining the modern digital office, then explore virtual communication tools, dive into the power of automation, look at a huge real-world example with eGov and the eOffice, and finally, unpack the smart cloud infrastructure that holds it all together. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the modern digital office. Today, the office is really just an extension of a brand, totally reliant on software and mobile apps to keep the engine running smoothly. Moving right into Section 2, let's talk about the specific tools we use to bridge those physical gaps. Virtual communication tools. So what exactly is the primary tool making all of this happen? Web conferencing. Simply put, it's an online service allowing two or more participants from literally anywhere on the globe to see, talk, and hear each other in real time over the internet. Sure, it requires some basic hardware, a microphone, speakers, a monitor, a webcam, but has rapidly become the go-to alternative to dragging everyone into a physical meeting room. Now, to make these virtual rooms function without turning into total chaos, there are three distinct roles you need to know. First, the host. This is the person organizing the meeting and setting the agenda. Then the presenters, the folks actually delivering the content, which, by the way, might be different from the host. And finally, the guests, the audience on the receiving end of the invites. Understanding these specific roles is absolutely key to communicating effectively in any digital office setting. But hey, there's a real trade-off here, right? In physical face-to-face meetings, we easily pick up on body language and nonverbal emotional cues and just kind of read the room. Virtual meetings, on the other hand, give us incredible location independence by connecting us through software-based platforms. We might lose a few of those subtle physical cues, for sure, but we gain this massive advantage of absolute global flexibility. Because of that trade-off, the tech we use has to be top-notch. There are all sorts of different solutions provided by technology to ease communication. We're talking Zoom, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet. But for any of them to actually work, they must strictly hit three targets. They've got to be easy, meaning user-friendly so a clunky interface doesn't ruin the vibe. They must be effective, so the intent of the meeting is crystal clear. And they absolutely must be reliable to stop technical failures and prevent data leakage. All right, on to Section 3. This is where things shift from just talking about work to automatically processing work, the power of automation. Automation is essentially the technique of taking humans out of the repetitive loop. It's about making a process or system operate automatically to move data from point A to point B by itself. Thanks to this, old-school systems are going extinct fast. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a physical written memo? They've been totally replaced by emails, and stamping physical timesheets rendered completely obsolete by digital biometrics. The true significance of office automation is glaringly obvious when we compare it to the old days. Manual processes are bogged down by heavy paperwork, prone to human error, and require huge physical storage rooms. Automated systems, they offer zero paperwork, minimize our mistakes, free up physical space, and, here's the coolest part, they allow multiple people to access and process the exact same data at the exact same time. It's parallel processing, and it is a massive leap in efficiency. Which brings us to Section 4. Let's look at a real-world heavyweight example of this: eGov and the eOffice. First off, what is eGov? It's the delivery of government services and information to the public using electronic means. The whole goal is to automate internal workflows to guarantee speedy, transparent administration while making external processes completely visible to citizens. It's all about serving the public faster and way more efficiently. A perfect example of this is the eOffice product suite developed by the National Informatics Center. It's a comprehensive digital workplace solution for government employees. And because it's built on an open architecture, it's like a highly adaptable, reusable framework that can be copied across central, state, and local governments to unify completely separate operations into one seamless digital machine. Within that suite, the e-file workflow process handles the smooth movement of work from the moment a file is created to the final decision. What's really brilliant here is the barcode integration. It completely eliminates the agonizing delays and misplacement errors that used to happen when humans manually carried stacks of paper from desk to desk. Then there's the Knowledge Management System, or KMS. Say goodbye to that massive, dusty room filled to the ceiling with filing cabinets. The KMS acts as a central digital document repository. All authorized users can easily browse, search, and share policies. Even better, it tracks the editing history, so there is 100% transparency on exactly how a document evolved over time. And to tie this whole ecosystem together, we have CAMS, Collaboration and Messaging Services. This is the unified communication platform acting as the central hub for these government employees. It integrates mail, social media, scheduling, and document sharing, giving them a highly collaborative, hyper-connected workplace environment. Ultimately, the significance of office automation in these massive government organizations comes down to this: significant cost savings for internal operations, a drastically reduced administrative burden on employees, and a highly agile operation. This results in incredibly efficient interactions, whether that's government to citizen, government to business, or even government to government. Finally, we reach Section 5. All this amazing software needs a home, right? Enter the smart cloud infrastructure. Let's be clear on what this is. Cloud storage is a computing model that allows users to save all their data and files in a secure off-site location accessible via the internet. Instead of a company spending a fortune to host and manage clunky in-house servers, they use smart cloud alternatives. Super familiar solutions like Microsoft Office 365 or Google's G Suite are perfect examples of how modern teams use the cloud to get things done.
So, why does the cloud matter so much? Because it's the vital glue that makes our anytime, anywhere work environments possible. It drastically slashes IT setup and maintenance costs. By letting everyone access the same real-time data, it wildly improves team collaboration. And as we keep adding more smartphones, tablets, and smartwatches to our workflows, the cloud effortlessly adapts to that rising number of connected devices.
Which leaves us with this final, absolutely thrilling thought. Think about it. We have moved from physical desks and endless paperwork to global web conferencing, automated software, and data floating securely in the cloud. The modern office is officially an invisible ecosystem. So, if we've come this far, this incredibly fast, what on earth will the workplace look like in another decade? Thank you so much for joining me today for this explainer. I hope these insights help structure your understanding of the modern digital office. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.